And a chance for Joe Ashline to gain the lead. Down by 8, working on a spare, opposite 2 open frames.
And he's got the same leave with everything else flying into the pit. Exactly what happened a moment ago.
Wow. How do you get the front pin out and nothing else?
Oh, nice 10. The reverse, the inverted triangle for a 10. That's a nice shot.
Just danced the 4-pin right across into the 8 and then finally the 5.
Joe's maybe thinking, geez, maybe if I had aimed for the 4-pin, I might have made the spare.
Oh, that was a lob.
Well, it didn't cost him much.
Joe said thank you.
Chopped out the 1 and the 9, so he'll get a fresh rack here.
Well, it's a little better, but not much.
Twice as good. Knocked
Yeah,
out 4
right.
that time.
But you only have 1 ball left now. And it's a tough set. 5-pin advantage now for Morgan and St. Pierre.
Paul St. Pierre pulls it to the left a bit, but he winds up with just the 1 and the 5 with some favorable wood in between. There is a piece of wood in the back, but I don't... Oh, it helped. Actually, I was talking about the piece of wood on the other side of the 5-pin, but that didn't come into play.
Tomorrow will be just another spare.
Line drive in the scorebook.
Half a dozen.
Nope, pulled it to the left. And there's a 10 bucks for Paul. 98 through 8. Brings up Steve Vadney. Steve from Claremont, New Hampshire. Wife Annette, daughter Jennifer, son Stevie. Steve works at Sturm Ruger Company and does a lot of his bowling at the Sunset Lanes in Newport. And he shoots at the triangle. No.
3, 5, and 6. Knocked the 6 out of there. Missed the object pin, so they'll lose a few more to Morgan and St. Pierre, and the lead will be in double figures at 11.
Steve is back on the head pin, but once again, not a spare leave, really.
No. 3, 6, 10 on the right and the 2-pin. Going to try to slap the 2-pin in the wood. Didn't work out. Now he'll try to grab 3. And more than likely we'll lose another 1 or 2 and count. Make it 3.
So the lead is 14. All the Tournament of Champions action here on the Winds brought to you by Tri-State Megabucks. Just imagine being rich. Give it a whirl. Tri-State Megabucks. Longtime supporters of Candlepin Bowling and, of course, of Stars and Strikes here on the Winds. They're with us all year, as we mentioned, but this, the premier event of the season. And, of course, after 2 weeks from today, when we crown champions in both the singles and doubles Tournament of Champions, we'll be taking a break for the summer. Mike Morgan.
Speaking of summer, doesn't mean that Candlepin Bowling stops. All of your NHCBA houses have a variety of summer leagues, and they're taking sign-ups now. So any of you are interested in a summer league, all air-conditioned places, and it's a great place to spend a summer evening. Join a summer league.
Well, a point well made, and also I don't want to give the impression that Stars and Strikes ends during the summer either.
That's right.
Because we present some of the best shows from the past season during the summer. So we invite you to tune in for those. Chance to catch up on some action you might have missed the first time around. Mike Morgan will have a spare leave this time, the 2-4.
If your travel itinerary takes you to Boston, don't forget the New England Sports Museum. You're looking for the Candlepin exhibit. The entire museum is scheduled to open in October. They have a free exhibit right now outside the Cambridge Side Galleria Mall, right behind the Museum of Science.
It's a great spot. It's a great location. The mall itself is beautiful, and they're doing a lot of landscaping around the area and so forth. It's a beautiful spot.
Really is. Really is. It's going to be a nice exhibit, so be watching for us. We're hoping the Candlepin exhibit will be ready in October as well, but if not, it will be there soon after. A brainstorm with Dave Collins. He is the director of the museum and great hustler. He's got a great thing going here, and it's going to be very, very nice.
And the years-long battle and struggle to get a permanent location finally ended with the agreement to move into the Cambridge Side Galleria. And you know, at first thought, it sounds like a kind of a strange concept to have a museum at a mall, but the more you think about it, I mean, it makes it very accessible to people, and they don't have to make a separate trip to go to it, and it'll be right there, and it really is a great piece of floor space in the mall. Very impressive.
And when you come up to Concord, to Bowell's Bowling Center, I can even give you directions. In case your travels take you through Concord on the way to Boston. Doug and I do that, right? Take a left and you should take a right. It's going to be a lot of fundraising events starting next year, or even in summer. Bowl-a-thons and golfing events, and a lot of things to raise some money for the Candlepin exhibit.
Did someone say golf?
Yeah, we'll be out there, Doug. See, all the people are going to write letters now, their bowling experiences in the summer, and we'll tell them about our golfing experiences. That'd be real blast, huh?
Kind of like fishing stories.
That's right.
Joe Ashline finishes up game one. The score close. Both teams struggling a bit in this first game. 117 for Mike Morgan and Paul St. Pierre. 101 for Joe Ashline and Steve Vadney. Game two coming up. Steve Vadney begins game two. Boy, for a minute it looked like he was really going to get robbed. The 4-5-10. He got a break and kicked the 4 and 5 out of there.
He's got to make a choice here, whether to try to get the 10-pin clean or use the wood, and he's going after the wood, which is the way I would have played it.
Yeah, there wasn't much room to get by there, it didn't appear. That's mark number
The Jetsons, weekdays at 3:30 on the Fox.
Of Ashline and Vadney. All spares so far. Morgan and St. Pierre have 3 marks as well. Good ball. Strike on spare, and there's strike number 1 for the team.
Can't be much better than that. Steve looked like he had a little more speed on that ball. Cut the 1-2 pocket, and the result was a strike, and that's doubly important because he was working on a spare.
Paul St. Pierre to begin game 2 for his team. Paul lives in Manchester. Just missing the 2-pin.
Tried to cut the 2-pin over.
Paul and his wife Maureen have 3 daughters, 16-year-old Jessica, 12-year-old Amanda, and 6-year-old Nicole. That's a fine shot for the 10.
Yeah, he kind of shrugged his shoulders like, well, maybe I should have played it there. Well, hindsight. Fortunately, you can't have it back.
Paul works as a tool and die maker at New Hampshire Stamping. And he's trying to work out here in this second box.
They're going to lose the lead.
Takes it for a 9. And that's right. Anything more than a 5 on this strike fill for Joe Ashline will give his team the lead. One of the few times in 3 weeks that the team of Morgan and St. Pierre will be trailing. Joe really whips that arm around. We've talked about his style before. He gets an incredible amount of arm extension and backswing. Generates an awful lot of power.
That's an 8 fill and enough to take the lead by 3.
And an $8. Quick reminder, one of our other participating sponsors on the Stars and Strikes Doubles Tournament of Champions, the folks at Somerville Lumber, who want to help you with your home improvement or betterment projects. Little things you got to take care of around the house. Somerville Lumber. Get it right the first time.